goes along. And as I mentioned, we are still on the topic of pageants, but this one's a little bit different, from Miss Universe to Miss World. Joining us is Idali Saldivar. She is the executive director of the ILS Phoenix organization. I understand that's like the head organization here in Belize for the Miss World Belize organization.
Yes.
Yeah. And joining us also are two delegates. We have here with us Shante Torres, as well as Leila Alarbesh, both Miss World delegates. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for
you all
having
look so
us.
stunning. Wow, it's just such a beautiful space in here right now. Let's talk about Miss World. Just before the break, we had conversations surrounding Miss Universe. And I want to begin by differentiating the difference between the two pageants. They're both international, both definitely world-renowned, and I kind of call them the big leagues of pageantry, right?
Yes.
But how different are or is Miss World from Miss Universe?
I don't like comparing them.
Okay.
But let's start there.
Okay.
But the difference, there isn't a swimsuit competition in the Miss World pageant. They have the top model competition instead, and they're highly focused on the Beauty with a Purpose project, which is an advocacy based around community service, something that the delegates are passionate about.
Okay. One of the things I have to highlight, and I sort of spoke about it before the break when we were discussing Miss Universe, is how much pageantry has shifted from just having this beauty ambassador to now an ambassador with a cause. An ambassador who has a voice and wants to speak about something that's near and dear to them. Usually that involves some type of challenges taking place across the world. So when we talk about these beauty ambassadors that have advocacies and are volunteering within their communities, what are the types of advocacies that we're seeing coming out of these delegates here in Belize for this year?
Oh, for this year, do you guys want to talk about your? I'll hand it over to them.
All right. Well, let's begin with you, Leila. You are, how old are you? Can you share your age?
I'm 19.
You're 19. You are extremely tall, stunning. But let's talk about your advocacy and why you decided to be a part of the Miss World pageant this year.
Yes, so what I love about Miss World is the fact that that's the main focus. You know, beauty isn't just with what's around you or your appearance, it's a lot with your character and what's dear to you, your morals, your standards, and how you treat people on a day-to-day. That's really what sticks with people and something that doesn't fade. So when I chose my Beauty with a Purpose, I care a lot about when it comes to advocacy around the world. A big part of my heritage is also from the Middle East, which is also why I choose to major in it. But we see a lot of what's going on overseas, whether it's the Middle East or just around the world, when it comes to humanitarian crises, genocide. There's a lot of things that are going on and a lot of things that need to be recognized. And sharing the advocacy is a big step, and educating others is also another big step to being able to reverse the damage that's already done and just build towards a better future. What I do with mine is it's not only about just educating those around you of these problems, but finding solutions and means of being able to help out. So, you know, there's not necessarily a lot that one person can do. The value and weight is within numbers. So whether that's sharing what's going on or building a community that's able to help just develop better means of being able to fix these problems. So what I did for my high school, I started my first Muslim Student Association, and through that we were able to make many fundraisers and feed the homeless within the area. I'm originally from Los Angeles, and there's a huge homeless population that resides all around the county. So even just with one fundraiser, we were able to feed over 70 homeless individuals within the span of a day. So that was just the beginning steps, you know, building a community and being able to extend it outwards. So it's not just limited to Muslims. Like, yes, it is a pillar within our faith, but it's supposed to be a means of including other people. So being able to be inclusive of everyone, no matter their background, no matter their race, their religion, all are welcome. The main purpose is to really just shed light on these issues and make it a means of being able to unify within a world where there's so much division.
Beautifully said. All right, Shante, let's talk about you and your advocacy.
My Beauty with a Purpose started because I'm an educator. And being an educator, having that daily encounter with my students, I'm able to see their mindsets, their upbringings, and especially their struggles. So therefore, I realized that so many of our young people have a negative view on their on their life, and they feel in a sense defeated. So I created a project titled Read, Speak, Lead, and this project just aims to instill identity back in our children, allow them to find their value and their worth through focusing on reading, public speaking and communication, leadership. So this project is not just about empowering our children, but empowering our future. Because when we have a generation that know who they are and feel empowered, that leads them to make better decisions, leading to better leaders, better policies, better solutions, and so much more. So I wanted a project that focused to benefit the future. And I knew that it starts with our children.
You know, some critics might say you don't necessarily need a title to be able to share your thoughts and use your voice in this way. What's the weight of the Miss World organization if one of these ladies emerge as the winner and represents this international organization?
Because the Beauty with a Purpose project is the main focus of Miss World. It started in the 1970s. They've been using the pageantry as a platform across so many countries, over 100+ countries, and every year they accept around between 100 to 130 countries where they amplify the voices of the young women, and they have so many remarkable stories. And what it would do for Belize is whoever becomes Miss World Belize, that person gets to take their advocacy on an international stage.
Now, I have to go back to you, Layla, because I think that it's very unique seeing someone of your heritage and using your voice in this way to highlight, one, the plight that's taking place not only here in Belize, but across the world, especially the Middle East, that we have seen documented on various international outlets, just a lot of challenges and war taking place. Yes. Is this a bit more personal to you, using this platform to highlight some of the challenges of people that, you know, are being massacred for nothing?
Yes, I do have family friends that are currently within Gaza that I keep in contact with, so it really is personal. My grandmother, she was a heavy advocate for that cause as well. You know, even just working within the children in schools overseas within Palestine at near Al-Aqsa, and visiting those masjids and just helping the community there. So a big root of my passion for this isn't just my heritage or the experiences of my family, but even just seeing people close who I hold dear to me being affected by this, not just within there, but all throughout the Middle East. You know, even within my country, Libya, there's a lot going on. Lebanon, like all over the Middle East, and not just there. You have the Uyghurs that are in China that are suffering. You have, you know, the people of Congo and Sudan. There's a lot of massacres and genocides that are taking place that we don't even know much about, or that aren't spoken of very much, or even being undermined. And when it's being silenced, that's just being complicit in what's happening to them. So it's very important to be able to shed light and educate ourselves and educate other people to understand what's going on, and not just depending on the media for information, but doing your own research to better understand what's going on and figure out means of being able to help those people. There's too much going on within this world that we're just sitting and watching. You know, it's easy for us to be able to turn on and off a TV screen to shut off our phones, but it doesn't change what's happening to these people overseas. And they're people like me and you are. You know, everyone, they have their own feelings, their own experiences. You know, a mother who has her love for her child is undeniable, you know. So seeing how many children, if anything, are being affected by this is also really personal. I'm very young still, so even just thinking from my standpoint and from a standpoint of being a mother in the future, how I would want to see my kids live in an environment where that's their reality and they don't have the power to be able to make those changes. So if we're able to advocate for these people and provide them a better means of life and just even the right to life in general, it encourages us to live in a state of peace, of understanding each other. Having more empathy and compassion is what we really need within this world. Thinking more collectively rather than individually. You know, all those aspects really contribute to the society we live in. If we keep operating off of, you know, an individualistic mindset, you're not thinking about the betterment of anyone around you, and that's prone to just falling. It's not going to be successful.
Very true. Well, I do want to get an overview of when the pageant is and how we can support these ladies.
Okay, so the pageant is going to be this Saturday, June 14th at the Best Western Belize Biltmore Plaza. And we have 5 delegates vying for the title. You can purchase your tickets at the Best Western Belize Biltmore Plaza. They have VIP tickets available only. They've sold out on general tickets.
Oh, wow.
And we have tickets available at Marlene's Closet in Belmopan. They have both general and VIP, but they have limited remaining.
Okay, what's the price of the VIP tickets? You said that's the only one that's left?
Yeah, VIP tickets, that's $45. Okay. And then general tickets, that is $25.
But those are already all gone, guys, so secure your VIP tickets. Ladies, as we wrap up this conversation, can I get some final thoughts from you guys? Encourage us to come out and support, and of course, just speak more about why you decided to be a part of this.
Well, I just want to thank you for having me, honestly. And I ask that you all come out and support us on that special night. Mm-hmm. I really believe about my initiative, my advocacy, which is Read, Speak, Lead, because I know that our children are the future. I already said that. But it's even deeper than that. Being in the classroom, I have realized that so many of our children are dropping out. They are dropping out and they don't want to go to school anymore. They are not even giving their best in school. Some of them is because of identity issue, their lack of confidence. And if we continue at this pace, what future do Belize have? Because so many of our children are not even having perspective, goals, aspiration. They rather go maybe in call centers in these different areas that cannot contribute to our country. So I just really want to have a generation of children that are going after every dream. I want to be a doctor. When I go in that classroom, so many of them, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer. How many lawyers do we have?
We're just talking about dreams this morning.
Yes, how much doctors do we have? How many of these things do we really have? So I just want our children to not just hold their dreams inside, but release it to the world. Yeah. So I just ask that you come out, as I said, support, and I thank you. Yeah. And yes.
Beautiful. All right, let's move along.
Yes, I also want to say thank you for having us on the show to not only just talk about the pageant and what's going on, but even just our own personal pursuits, our interests, and getting to know us more individually. It's a great opportunity. I also want to thank ILS Phoenix for this opportunity as well. We've been able to experience a lot of fun activities throughout the week, just building up to the pageant day, a lot of preparation, and just a lot of guidance and advice from the directors as well. It's a great opportunity to meet many girls who are from Belize, incredible women.
A sisterhood.
Yes,
a sisterhood.
It's a bond.
It's a bond, and you know, when I come back to visit, I always have a group of people who I know that I can always check in with, and you know, it's just good to be able to have that bond with people, not just where I live, but elsewhere. So.
So I'd like to start by saying thank you guys for giving us this moment, this platform for us to talk about the Miss World Belize pageant under the ILS Phoenix. I'd just like to say thank you to all our sponsors who have pitched in, the Belize collection, Shael, Amar. We have a bunch of different sponsors, and I do apologize if I forgot your name in this very moment, but thank you guys, thank you all for supporting us, and I do hope that I see I hope that we have a good turnout. You guys come out and support your favorite delegate, or even if you don't have a favorite delegate, just come out and support the young woman who would be representing Belize at Miss World.
Beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
I have no doubt whoever wins, it's a great selection. I just met 2 of the 5, and they're solid, guys. They're really solid. All right. We're going to take a final break, but don't go anywhere because we have one more conversation to look forward to. Are you excited about Carnival season? That's the discussion when we come back. Don't go anywhere.